Hi, my name is that Dragon Boy. I already made the video of this, and then none of the audio recorded. So here I am again. Fourth time's the charm, right? I'm here to show you how to make a hardpoint. I guess this time I'm not gonna get the items and show them out physically. I'll just show you the stuff that I have set up. So I have looked up some tutorials online. They didn't make the moving hardpoints like they did in Call of Duty, which is what I took my idea from. I didn't even think about like looking it up until after I made one, which I actually do have a map. This is just the one so I can showcase how to make this. It's actually really simple. To make the hardpoint itself, you only need 3 kinds of devices. And then over here is just a class selection. After that, you're pretty much good. All you need is spawns. But to show it off, I'm going to try to briefly describe what you need. You are going to need capture areas, triggers, and timers. You need a trigger, timer, you need a trigger and a timer per capture area. And a recommended number is just 4 capture areas. Each capture area, as well as each timer, is the same, except for in both, one thing is different. Each capture area I chose team relationship. You don't have to, but it's just so you can see who's capturing it. I recommend a capture radius of 1. This thing is not important. You can just have that off, but I left it on just in case. You do want everyone to be able to use PRX scoring. Each player gets PRX scoring. You want enemies to contest the scoring. It can be captured by any team. The control time is 5 seconds. You get score on taking control of 1. You can take control faster while emoting. And then per player as well. You don't need. It doesn't require. So this is just the HUD stuff. The HUD stuff, it doesn't matter. I just changed them to random settings on accident. And same with this. All 3 of these things are HUD. That is not quite important. What is important is it's enabled. Okay, so this is where the timers come in. The last timer interacts with this is the first hardpoint. It enables this one after all the other hardpoints are done. After all of them have gone through their phases. And then it enables it. And then once the first timer ends, which is how long this first hardpoint is going to be, it's going to disable it and reset the control. So whoever controlled it before is not going to control it anymore. And then pretty much now in this one, on any besides the very first capture area, every capture area needs to be disabled in all phases. And then one thing you're gonna notice is that the enabled and disabled / reset are gonna increase by 1 each time. So that one said 1 2 2. No, you're supposed to say 2 3 3. 2 3 3. 3 4 4. But that one's 4 1 1 because as soon as this one's done, that one's going to start again. Now, with the timers, that one's going to be enabled by channel 1, which is what this one is. For the timers, I recommend a time between 30 seconds and 1 minute. What you want to do for each timer, obviously the last timer, which is going to be channel 4 in this case, is going to transmit back to the original to start it again. So it's going to be a loop. When complete, you want it to transmit on channel 1, which is going to send to this, the next timer, and it's also going to send to this first capture zone to disable it. So when it's done, it's going to trigger this timer, or this trigger. It's going to transmit on channel 5, and it's going to reset this so that way it can be started again by the last timer. If you didn't have these triggers, this thing would be stuck at 0 0, and you could not continue this. It would just stop at the very last hardpoint. You want to do that for all of these. So this one says start when receiving from. So as soon as this one ends, it's going to start this one. Reset from whatever the channel number is for the trigger. And then when complete, transmit on channel 2. And you're going to notice I did the same thing here by just increasing the numbers by 1. And that's it. That's all the steps it is just required to make the basic hardpoint. Because that's all the devices you need to make the hardpoint. Obviously, you'll need spawns. And if you want, you can have class selection. With class selection, I'm just gonna reset this. Clear items. Alright. I'm just gonna go with the same set that was in it before. Combat, Scar, and you know what? Chug and Boogie. You're going to put all those inside the class designer. Set it to whichever class you want. I'm going to channel 1. These are the only 2 settings you need. Class identifier, whatever class is going to be. Don't leave it on none. Choose a class. And then grant items and respawn to yes. Then you're going to come over here. Set class to switch to. Time to switch does not matter as long as you know what you're doing. Like however long you want to set that. And the color also doesn't matter. All you need is the class to switch. As for my island settings, have team set to 2, dynamic. Set score to win, end. This is up to you as well. I set mine to 100. Join in progress to spectate because of class selection, but if you have a way of getting them to join in and all that, then you can leave that. You can set that to spawn, to start as well. And that's all you need on this page. On the settings page, you want to have max health 100, or actually the health is up to you. Infinite ammo off, because you do not want infinite ammo during this. Allow building, no. You don't want this. You don't want any damage to buildings. And you want to keep eliminated players' items. Turn off glider redeploy unless you have a map that you specifically want glider redeploy. And this is just because I like it. I would recommend including Siphon. 50 health. As for the UI, I have it set to where it's going to show the score, HUD info type. That's one thing I forgot last time. Scoreboard win condition is score, and that's about it. If you want, which is something I'll probably do, tiebreakers and eliminations, then assists. Just so you can say, even if you and your teammate both got like 33 points and you won, you can say one is better by having more kills than them. And that is all that you'll need to make a hardpoint. And I'm gonna go back to hub. I'm gonna show off the little map that I made after the lag stops. Okay. The walls and the roof seem to have disappeared. There they are. So as you can see, I did the timer thing here as well. I added flares to the top of this, which to do that, I froze. Sorry, my bad. To do that, all you gotta do is you go in here. Set HUD element to beacon, so you can see what pops up. Flare, or arrow, or light beam. Like if I do light beam, I can't even see it. Great. Well, I don't know what light beam looks like. I know arrow and the flare works. So let's do flare. Or arrow. Yeah, see, arrow works. But I like the flare because it's not obvious like the arrow is, but it's just, you can still see it. And I realize I made a mistake. You do not want it to be 411 or whatever. You want it to be 414. So you want the disable or the enable to be the same as the neutralize. My bad. Now I have spawns here. You might notice the red. These are disabled. That's because I have class selection in here. Also, I think this one. That's it. So what I do is I have, this is team 1. Team 1 spawns in, they get to choose their class, which I have a variety, and yes, they have very special names, obviously. And then once they choose a class, they only have a minute, like if I show off. and then you'll see that time until game starts is 1 minute. So you have a minute to choose whatever class you want. Like, I'm just gonna go medic. Why do you still have infinite ammo? No. Okay, well, hey, this is a good thing about me playtesting the map. Again, after like the 15th time, because this is the first time I used the medic class. So now I know this thing still has infinite ammo. I need to fix that. But if you come over here to like demolitionist, yeah, they're not supposed to have infinite ammo. You're also not supposed to be able to pick up weapons. That is an issue. You have shotgunner and all that? Yeah, I have several classes. And what you're gonna notice, I didn't show this off, but if you notice, the flare was over there, now it's over here. And watch as I die. I used those timers. See how I died and it moved? I used the timers out there that changed the position of the hardpoint to actually change the way that it, or to change it to where the spawn is. So what you notice is that we spawn there. If I was to respawn, I would have stayed in there. But I disabled those spawns now, so I'm never going to respawn there. I'm going to spawn on the side that my team spawns are on. Because I have it where those will enable after those disable. Those disable on the same channel that these enable on. Anyway, I hope that was helpful enough to help you understand how to make a hardpoint in Fortnite. As I said, I took inspiration from the game Call of Duty. Oh, one last thing to mention. I have 3 of these team scores. The only one this one is for is to show health indicators. That one's not important unless you just want to see their health. These 2 are kind of important. Set it to the right team, and then when enemy eliminated, set it to a special channel. Get yourself an item granter. Fill it up with however much ammo you want. You want on grant action to keep all, on grant all items, and then grant item receiving from the channel that you set this to. For enemy eliminated. And besides that, that's just all that we need. So, have a nice day, because I hope I helped you out, and have fun making a hardpoint map.